Not craft roulette. This is Fun University study hall where I get to do whatever I want because I boss. We're going to start here in just a minute. We've got a cute little tea gift to make tonight. Settle in. Hello, Sherry. 5K, Smurf. You all have nicknames. Back row. Christina, you're the only one that has a normal name. Sherry has a normal name too. Well, actually, she doesn't. Her nickname is Eagle Eye because she used to find all sorts of things that were wrong that I would do on Fun University when we were a private campus. Hello, Lee. You are all waiting. You girls are such good girls. We'll start here in just a minute. Hi, Andy Zach. How are you? Grandma Gay too? Wow. We got nice girls here. If you have never been to Fun University Study Hall, please check us out. Hang around, see what you think. If you're watching a replay and going, what the heck is study hall? This is paper crafting, and it's most academic. No. But, well, and then you have me. But, yep. That's what this is. And, oh, Karen's in the back row. Linda's here. Oh, fun. Nice group. If you like card making, if you like little paper gifts and things like that, you probably will like it here. We're a nice group. And we'll start here in just a minute, but we are here the 3 weeks of the month. Hey, Brenda, on Tuesday at 6:30 Central Time. And it's just a kind of a whatever I feel like making kind of thing. On study hall, then on Thursday, we do real academics. We work so hard, don't we, girls? Oh my gosh. Hi, Catherine. How's everybody? Well, you guys are all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I think. I'm feeling that you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Hey, I wonder if Sharon from the red chair is back at school, or if she's dripping. She's either wet or too tired from being at school. One or the other, I got a hunch. So, I showed this little thing last week, and then I thought, oh, well, we can just make it. This is just a little tea gift, and this is what we're going to make tonight. It wouldn't have to be tea if you like something else, and it has these cute little envelopes inside of it. So, oh my goodness, Australia. Well, are we ready? It's evening here, Karen. Yep, it's evening. It's past the 6 o'clock evening hour, so we are well into our evening. It's only a few hours until I go to bed. All right, let's do it. Let's do the intro button. Warm up my spoon of phones and let it go. We'll be right back. Thanks for being here, guys. Hi, I'm Mary Gunn. Welcome to Fun University. Hello, American Fun, founder and head professor of Fun University. Welcome to Study Hall, the third, yes, I believe so, the third Study Hall of August 2021, where we are going to make a little gift. Let's just go down to it, and we'll talk about things as we go along. I have some things set up. Fun University is it's a good place to be. If you like paper crafts, this is where we should be, right? Yep. So this was the little thing that I showed last week, and it's cute, and I haven't made it in ages. So we're going to go ahead and make it. It's got some little envelopes, and inside those envelopes is a little tea bag full of tea dust. Couple things. I know I don't use these kind of tea bags too often, and I know these have been in these little envelopes for years, so I don't think I'd want to drink them now. But you would want to have, all these little envelopes could have anything in them. You could put little embellishments, little bags of buttons. You could do little ephemera things for junk journals. Just a cute little way to make a gift for somebody. You could put those square chocolates. But I am going to use, just keep in mind you need to have something that's covered so that it won't be spilling out. So this is not a real big tea bag. It is, let's see, 2 by 2.5 that fits into the size that we're going to do tonight. Of course, you could always make the envelopes a little bit bigger. You could make the container a little bit bigger too, or smaller if you felt so inclined. But we'll go ahead and start making them because I've got everything all ready. I have everything here from last week too because I haven't cleaned it all. But that's okay. That's just how the week has been. I've been involved in another project, and I haven't crafted since last week. I haven't made a single doggone thing. I wonder if I remember how. Oh, surely. Okay, so you need a couple things. One thing you need is this little piece for your envelope, the cover. It is, oh, I wrote it down. Wonder where. Well, you know, it's okay if I don't know where because I know where to, where I have a measuring thing. Dadgummit though, I did. I wrote it all down so you could see it. So this is 9 inches by 3 inches. And then we score it at 2.5. We'll just write it on here. 2.5, 3, 6, and 6.5. Pretty easy. You can adjust it however you want. It's just basically a 3 by 9 piece of cardstock. And of course you want to remember which side is more bendy and cut your paper. This is not the bendy side. You want to go with the bendy side. So whichever doesn't fight you as much, doesn't act like a 2-year-old at bedtime, that's the side you want to cut. So it's going to fold up like that so it looks like an open-sided box. I have not found my small paper slicer yet. Dadgummit. That's true. Use the tea bags to dye your ribbons. Oh yes, you could do that. You could make, I saw a tea bag lady or somebody that does, oh gosh, treasure books. I was watching her today. I think her name's Natasha, just charming woman. She was taking old tea bags and putting Mod Podging or gluing them onto magazine pictures. So I was thinking that sounds kind of fun and interesting, but I haven't done it. So, knowing these things, let's go ahead and put it on a little bit of a, ooh, I don't like those lines. A little bit of a score thing here, and we'll go at 2.5. Can't see it here, can you? 3, 6. Ooh, I'm really giving it a good crease, and 6.5. These don't have to be exact either. So that's good because I'm not much of a surgeon. I'm not very precise. So we just go ahead and fold those up. Crease their pant legs. Those stripes would give me a headache. There we go. And that's going to be this little part. Then I went ahead and made this little guy to go on the front. I guess it's kind of big. You know, I could do an easel card with it. You really could. But we can, we'll go ahead and just put this little guy on here. I don't think it's going to matter. He's overflowing his pants too much. We'll just put him on there and say, be bold, be brave, be in charge, be yourself, and be beautiful. Okay. So if we put it a little bit, it's okay. And this little teapot, I could show you how to do that. I did it in distress ink, but I inkled on it, and then I came in with a watercolor pencil and just did a little bit of scribbling to give it some shadowing. It looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Yeah, I can show you that. Let me do that. If you don't know what crinkle inkling is, you haven't been at Craft Roulette enough, but basically what crinkle inkle is when you take something out of the trash, which is what I'm doing right now, and let's see, it works best if you have a nice big solid stamp. Actually, crinkle inkle is when you put, this is reverse crinkle inkle. I forgot about that. This is actually reverse crinkle inkle. A very, very technical term. Oh my gosh. And I did Distress Oxide. So we'll ink up the stamp, crinkle inkle, I'll show you what that is too. I don't even know. Here I am saying you haven't watched Craft Roulette enough, and I made it wrong. So crinkle inkle is when you take something and you crinkle it and you put texture on your paper like that. Ooh-hoo-hoo. But reverse crinkle inkle, bonus time, is when you take something out of the trash, most likely. You don't have to take it out of the trash. You can use something new. And you remove ink off of your stamp and put it on your fingers. And then give it an ink, a stamp. It would be cute with little square notepads in it, little Post-its. It would, Miss Linda. Let's see how this is going to look. Yep. So it's got more texture to it. Groovy? Yep, yep, yep. And then, just to give it, I didn't want to do the rock and roll thing with the darker colors or anything, ink. So I just came along and scribbled on the edges a little bit. Scribbled a little bit more on one edge than the other so that it seemed like it actually had a light source, but it didn't. It didn't. But definitely underneath the lid. Give it a little definition. It's just for fun. Nice little short, choppy little sketchy lines. Nothing too fancy. Keep your hand nice and loose. You could come back then with a blending pen or something and make that look better if you wanted it to be blended. I didn't. I like the sketchy stuff. But that's that. Now I have to make another one. Well, fun deal. All right. You could put darker blue on there too, or even a purple would be good on there to make, instead of black. You could do some other things to make it a little more colorful, but I didn't. So, yep, you are right. You could put little Post-it notes in there and that would be stinking cute. So, and then we are going to make little envelopes, and I did write those down. There it is. The little envelope piece is 4 by 6. Just like this. And then we're going to fold it at, or score it at 1 3/4. And this is not rocket science either. One side is just a 1/4 of an inch longer. The top side is just a little 1/4 of an inch longer than the other, but it's not rocket science, but 4 1/2. But it does make it go faster if you know basically what it's going to be. So 1 3/4 and 4 1/2. If you want to make it a little bigger, you can probably do that. Then we're going to go 3/4 on this. So if you wanted to make the envelope a little bigger, you could go half and you'd have a 1/2 inch bigger altogether. And then we're going to do this at 3 1/4. So it's 3/4 of an inch in both of these sides. So let's go over that one again. This piece is 4 by 6. You score at 1 3/4 and 4 1/2. Twist it 90 degrees. Go down 3/4 and 3/4 so that it's 3 1/4 and 3/4. But I didn't go to 3 3/4. I went backwards and went 4. 1 4 and that's 1/4. There's 2/4 and there's 3/4. That's how I did it. It's easier that way. Then we're going to cut a little bit off to get our little flaps working. You really could get in a real, that stripe. You could get in a real, you could get on a bench with these, I'm telling you. Okay, this side's the taller one. So I'm going to go ahead and come down here and just cut an angle up to that intersection. And then go right up the trough. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over so I don't have to think too much about how to do it again. There we go. And then we'll just trim the corners right to that score line just a little bit so it doesn't hang out like a slip on the with a new skirt. And then this just folds up like that. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Not bad, huh? So now is when you put the twine in. So I pulled out from my stash some ancient fibers. Let's see. I bet you these fibers are going to be about 10 inches long. Let's see if that's true. There's 10 inches. Oh, 10. We'll give it another. How about 11 inch? 11 inches of fiber should do. Okay, so we're just going to leave that right there for now. Because we're going to wrap that around this guy. He's going to go right inside here. Just like so. He's going to tie his little fibers underneath the outside envelope. What should we call it? The shell? We're going to do it a couple more times, so don't start throwing things. There we go. And then after that's tied on there, you can just seal that up. Just like that. And then that provides a little bit of a trough there, so that you can slide that little tea bag in and it will be taken care of slick as a whistle. Let's see where the tea bags are. This one's not going to be big. This one's too big. Here's one. There we go. So this, what kind is this? Bigelow. Bigelow, don't let me down. So there you go. And then you can adhere that with a little washi tape, with a little pretty. You can make this at an angle. You can do a little tie there, you know, where you flip the stuff around. But I made some little cups that I thought would be cute. Something along those lines. And then, and I have some scraps here. Don't like this. Is kind. I didn't realize that was going to be so striped, but I should have. This one wants to be a little taller. There we go. Let's see. So you know what you could do? No, don't do that, Mary, don't do that. But you could do a little magnet, or you could do a little piece of Velcro to hold that shut. Let's just put glue at the top of this one, so it's just on the top of the flap. We'll see where we've got glue before we put it down, because that's easier that way. And then this little guy can be down here, and he can hold this cup down. So let's go ahead and glue this little guy down, leaving the top unglued so that it acts as a catcher. If we get this nice and trained, it will stay down better. Oh, look at there. Then you stick it in here for a couple years, because, you know, that's all you're going to do. That's what I would do, is just keep it in there for a couple years, and that thing's going to be stuck. Sure enough. Look at there. So, okay, I got another one already. I've gone ahead and cut it. Remember, it's 4 by 6, and it is scored at 1 3/4 and 4 1/2 and 3/4 on both sides, trimmed at the top like that. Then we go ahead and fold those sides in, fold this up, but we're going to add some kind of fiber. We're going to use this white fiber. And it was about 11 inches. We'll see what 12 looks like this time. Pardon me. So we just lay that in there. So it's pretty even. Whoops, that's not. Yes, chocolate squares would be real cute in here. And since I know I have one blue one and two orange ones, I'm going to go ahead and put this one behind the orange one. Tie it in to the shell. I guess you could tie all of these at once. That would be nice too. Just like so. And we got envelope number 2 already. Does it get any better? Let's see. I don't have any. I do have some. There we go. We've got a little orange cup this time, but I don't have a blue flower. I just have orange flower. That's unacceptable. So maybe we can do this. We can have one at the bottom and one at the top. And this can be the flapper holder. So we will just hold our fingers right here so we know that that's going to be that's the no glue zone. Because it's got a job to do. It's got to be a flapper holder. And this little guy can go up here. And that doesn't have to worry about glue. So, oh look, I recycled. And that will hold your little flapper shut. That is what we're talking about right there. Yeah. I also did this little guy, a little cup of friendship with a bag of tea. When you drink this, think of love from me. So if you open this up, if you had this like that, and then you could put this in here, that would be charming and adorable. But it looks a little bit less than charming right there. We need to step that baby up a little bit. So let's see, what do we have? What do we have? We have 2 of these still. We could do something like that, and then we have 1 more of these. So you could pack these in. I don't even know how many you could get on here, but I think quite a few. I think that needs just a little bit of blue around it. Here's some blue scraps. There's some more blue scraps. Oh, I know. I had a piece right over here because heaven help me put it away. I rather make something. So that's what we need. We just need a little bit of blue. Maybe. Wait, one more thing. One more thing. I just put my little dealy bop back under here. So let's put I did put a little bit of black schnookums on here on the other one. So we'll go ahead and, for consistency and continuance of design, we'll go ahead and add that. Look at all this recycling. I re-inked the ink pad today and I was getting globs like you can't believe. Oh, this is ancient paper. Let's go ahead and cover up the trademark. Smart little woman that you are, and then you don't have to worry about having a dead space on your paper. You can use all of it. All of it. Always all of it. Yeah, that's going to be cute as can be. We got a scoop from 5K. Awesome. Thanks, 5K. It does make a little thing. Think of all the little ephemera things you could put in here. You know, all the junk journal little things that people make. You could do these big too, I think. They might get a little floppy. They may be a little harder than I think. See if that. Oh, and on this guy, instead of using black, I just used a brown. It wasn't too much different actually, but I just scribbled in brown. See my scribbles? I am highly trained scribbler. That is cute. Dang it, I like it. Oh, I was going to put a little bit of Velcro, but I can put it Maybe right there, just a teeny weeny. Just a teeny weeny. And there we have that. Oh, looky, this is getting pretty good. I didn't glue it in, did I? Oh, almost. Okay. All right, and then we've got the last one, see? And that's how fast is that? Of course, I did cut this earlier, but still, it wasn't much. Wasn't much to do at all. Much to do about nothing. So let's go ahead and get one more stringer. Here we go. And so you can see it one more time. Every flip brings a smile. I love it. I'm thinking, that's great, Grandpa Gay. So we just lay it in here. This time I'm going to put it pretty evenly. There we go. And you could. I think this one I tie it all at once. Yeah, I did. That's smart. But it may not be easy. I don't know. I don't remember. It was too long ago. A little stamp in there. You could do little stamps. Anything that's fairly flat works in there. Just sweet as can be. You could do corner rounding. You could do die cut little scallops and things along there. You could do tears. All those little things. You could also tie them down here and then put something else, like a little, gosh, wouldn't it be cool if this was leather? Like a little leather thong. Those, what are those little straps? Little leather straps. It's a basic, I think it's just basically a complement here. Orange and blue. Yep, just orange and blue. So it's just a simple complement. And I was looking at other things to add, but it didn't happen. So, but thank you, Christina. I'm glad you liked the orange and blue. They feel fallish, don't they? So we've got that one. We got that. How are we going to do this guy? I don't know. That was pretty cute how we had it. Maybe. Ooh, maybe like a gatefold thing. No, no. Nope, that didn't work. I do like that whole idea where the holds the flap. Do it wonky. Let's do it that way. Let's do it wonky. Wonky donkey. So it's a little different. I don't want any glue down here, so here we go. Oh, they're gonna know I recycled. Yep. Oops, wrong way. Right brain, left, go to the right, go to the left. Never works. Okay. Hey, yeah, it's gonna work just fine. For the most part. There we go. Here. Hot diggity dog diggity hope, what you do to me. Look at that. Look at that, would you? Look at there. You could tie this down too. Tie me kangaroo down. But I think I won't. I think I do want just a little bit of stinking cute is what that is. I think I've got maybe, I don't think it needs much of anything. Oh, I don't want to have you guys hear these terrible drawers squeak. Oh, they hurt. How about a little bit of good drawers? You didn't squeak. How about just a little bit of magnet paper stuff? Let's try that. Just enough to keep it shut. Nothing. Won't be pretty. I don't think I can put it in here. Let's see. Let's test it. See if it will attract through paper. So if this is on here, will it shut? Heck no. Well, wait. does. There are some times in the crafting world that it just all works out and it's a beautiful moment. So let's try this. This is has adhesive on one side. So we will just put that on the inside of here because that one's not as visible with those wicked black strips. And then we'll get this one. I think it's, let's get a, yeah. Okay, it's not too far. It didn't have to be perfect. There we go. So that folds up and that folds down, and it worked. It worked. That's a wonderful thing. Oh, Amy, you're just fine. You're just fine. We're just so glad to have you anytime we can get you. So there we go. That works real well, doesn't it? So we put that little magnet in there, and it doesn't keep forever. The tassels, the tassels. These tassels, 5K? You know, I think they could be tied together too. Just a little bit. But it does, it at least holds it shut a little better, maybe. I should have thought a little farther in advance, but that's okay. So, Amy, what we did, where did I get my Velcro dots? Well, this is a little magnet. This is a little paper magnet. And they're not strong at all. You can probably put it right next to your phone and not hurt a thing. But I don't have, oh, you were asking Andy. I don't have any tiny Velcro dots, but yep, a belly band would work too. Yep, it would. If you had that in part of this, you could put this on a belly band and that would have been good. That would have been kind of a fun part of the, presentation. So, I don't know. What do you think? That's all I have. That's all I have for tonight. So, but you could also make your little envelopes, these little things, based on what size your tea is, too. And work around what you have instead of trying to find tea that fits. Let's see if we can do that. We just need a little bit on both sides. So how big is this? Let's just do a little experiment here at Study Hall. This is just over 2, and it's basically 2.5 by 3. Okay. So if I have 2.5 and I added 3/4 on both sides, it's going to be 1.5, right? So 2.5, 1, 3.5, and 4. So I'm going to make it 4 inches by Jingo. I'm not even going to worry about how. Let's just do it this way because we don't have to stand on propriety here. Let's just put it on here and act like it's a little baby, and we're going to put its diaper on. So there we go. And then we can come up here, and this would be like 4.5. Give it plenty of room. Baby doesn't need to be not having room. Then we can go 3/4 on both sides again. Well, this was 4 again. Well, is that the same? Well, I don't know. There we go. So that's, and then we'll just trim that to fit. So that's how you make the envelope fit the baby, rather than having to, well, yep, sure enough, I made it a little too thin. But he can be tucked a little bit. Just like so. Because stash is a pretty popular tea. So now we can find out where to put that, cut that top. There we go. I'll just cut that right there, and then we'll give you some measurements for stash. Because we just figured it out. If you don't have Bigelow. Okie doke. So, what do we have here? Oh, we have, look how, there's moments where life is so full of crookedness. That was one. Okay, so now we have a number. We have 7.5 for stash. 7.5, and we folded, scored at 3 and 6 1/4. So for stash, tea bags, we fold it 3 and 6 and a fourth, and then 3/4 again. So it is 3/4 here, joink, and 3 and a fourth here. And again, we're just, oh, how big is it all together? Did I tell you that? I think I measured it. I remember measuring it. 7.5. I think it was 4. Yep. Gosh, I remembered a number. Okay, so the whole thing is 4 by 7.5. We'll just go right up here. Go cut on the inside of the trough, the little score line, because otherwise it will hang over the edge a little bit. Not a big deal. Flip that over. Oops. That's going to have a little extra cut there for a vent. A little vent there. Yep. Same kind of thing going on here. Fold the sides in. Tuck it up. Put the tea bag in if you want. And then you're going to put the little string or twine or whatever you have, whatever you want. You could even do ribbon if it's thin enough. I mean, don't we all have some ribbon? Okay, so there's some thin ribbon. That's not long enough. I know I have oodles and oodles. I never even bought that much, but it just seems like it stays. This is a grosgrain. It's not very thin. It's not terrible. What's going to be bad is the scissors trying to cut it. There we go. And that's just going to go around the deal once you get the little kazinga done. There we go. So that's going to be, so we could make a bigger one. Very good. Maybe I'll get one of those made. Maybe. And show it to you later when it's done. But you got the numbers. And then the outside would just be about 3. And then whatever this is, a little bit more than this. This is 3 1/4. So the outside would be about 3 3/4 for the basic part. So for this, it would be, what'd I say? Oh, Sharon, did you, I was wondering if you were wet or if you were just still at school or what was going on. So for the outside, you can do the same thing, figure out how big you want it, and you don't have to measure. That way you don't have to use that left side of your brain. Is it the left side that does crazy stuff like numbers? I don't know. But you could make it with, it's going to be one of those projects that will hardly use any paper again. So I'm sorry I didn't make a project that uses tons of paper. I can't seem to find the magic thing on that uses tons of paper. I'm trying to find, here's a really bright orange. That would go really cute with that bright blue. So let's just figure out how big this is and we'll make it work for it. Okay, so if we cut it about, we'll even use our grid so we can have even numbers or rounded numbers. We'll do it about here. So let me cut that and find out how big that is. Because I can read a number, I just can't remember a number. So that's 3. No problem. Boy, we are just making it work. So then you'd bring it back up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And so that's just the little base bottom part. And we want to go ahead and give it a fourth to a 1/2 inch down there. So how about we do 2, and then I made the other one 4. I made the other one 1/2. Let's try this with a 1/4, just for experiment's sake. Then that's going to fit there. We'll give him just a little headroom there, 3 1/2. And we can make that, let's make this one a 1/2. So it has a little, that was stupid. No, that was stupid. But that's okay. Not the end of the world. And then that would come down here. Just kind of give it a good shot here so you know where you're working. And we can always trim up, it's just hard to put back on. So just do it like that. There we go. Now what do we have? What do we have? This would not be something I'd want. But you could stamp on this, you know, you could totally stamp on this or put die cuts on it or anything else. You know, you could also do this if you wanted to, do the 1/4 of an inch down, or we could flip it and do a 1/2 inch at the bottom and a 1/4 of an inch at the top. And then it's going to be more like a purse. That may make more sense. And then your top is going to be shorter, but you can mess with it. So you can totally mess with it. So, but the same principles will stand in that you will have a tie, and it will tie around the bottom of the doohingus. The doohingus. That's the one. So, and then you can do Velcro like I did on this one. That's cute with the little tie, see the little Velcro there. I just would have cut that too. I wouldn't have ever bought that. It would just be Velcro that I ended up having somehow or other. I don't even know. And then, ooh, look at that little blue pumpkin. You know, there might be some hope here. There may be, I may end up just, because you can totally stamp that. So if you just want to do white cardstock, you can do that. You could do washi tape strips. You could do strips. You can make these really cute. It's like every time you make one, it's going to be adorable, and it's going to be all by itself adorable. So, and then you put it in the whole thing. It's almost more than anybody should ever be able to withstand, because it's going to be so cute all over. And then, so do put a warning on it that there's a cute factor here that could send them into some kind of cute conniption. Wouldn't want that to happen on your watch. So, yep, you could do, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. So, and I'll just, but as far as like ephemera stuff, you could totally make that, you know, like the aged little stuff. Oh, I think this would be fun. You could do the aged little book pages and quotes and photos and all sorts of good and groovy things that anybody that does junk journaling would love. Grandma Gay, you probably would know a few things like that. You're a junk journaler, I believe. So, you're making cards to welcome your new students to class. That is so nice. I used to do that. So, all right. Well, yes, cute factor rules. It is very important to make your world cuter. So, I truly do think so. It just is something. If you can make it cute, why would you make it any other way? That's a good saying. That's a good saying. That should be the Fun University motto. If you could make it cute, why would you make it any other way? But you could just make, you know, you can just make stuff off your desk. Look at that. That's so cute. I love my mask. I do love the stuff that I find. So, it's just a wonderful little spot. Okay, here's a little stamp that you could put in here too. Just slide that sucker right in there, and then you'd have a nice little gift. Looky there. So you buy, this is when I used to give away tiny little stamps or a little something on craft roulette, which I still do sometimes, but it would just be a big stamp set that I cut up. Because yep. And so this would be really cute way to do. You could even do one. You could do a stamp, you could do tea, you could do a little set of papers, a little thing of embellishments that would go along with it, and then some chocolate. You could have a whole thing going on here. You know, your whole enchilada right here on a little, I don't know what we call it, envelope flapper thing. So, all right, okie dokie. Well, I think that will do it for tonight. Let's give the patrons a big shout out so that I can I can do this kind of crazy stuff. And the patrons, we didn't do craft or math yet, but we will. We have it already. We ended up doing our tech call tonight instead of last night, so we're all good. We're all good. You know what, Amy, you could do. You know what you could do, Amy? Here's the thought. You could do a bookmark, but you have your class before. Do it for the next hour. Just give them like a few minutes and with a little word of encouragement, and so that they all have a little time to be kind. Anyway, that's probably not your high school. You're a little beyond that. But anyway, yep. Thank you so much, you guys. You make it happen for us. We do appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any questions, it's down there about being a patron. It's super simple, and it's all down in the description. If you would be so kind to share, like, and subscribe to our Fun University. Remember, Tuesdays, the first 3, I think I'm done for the month, so study hall is over. But the first 3 Tuesdays of the month, I do study hall. Then the first 3 Thursdays of the month, I do Cards Plus. So Thursday, we will be doing extreme easels. We've done extraordinary easels, and we did easy easels. So now we're going to do extreme easels, and I'm not going to be on a surfboard. But always kiss that old brain. You guys give yourself a little break. Give yourself a little creative break. What was my idea? What was it? Why would you make it, if you have a chance to make it cute, why would you make it any other way? I like that. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful welcome back to school and all those things that are going on in your lives. Thank you so much for carving out a minute for us. We really appreciate you, and we like you so much. It's just silly. Bye-bye.